So we canowing. So these are the three quanqua which we will canow the math, mathematics. Great. The starting number of all numbers according to mathematics would be 0. We don't start at 1 like in school. They taught me to start counting at 1, 2, and so on, and they leave out the 0. And the ignorance about that, or the disfortune thing about that is that they're saying that the 0 is not a number, 0 doesn't count, it doesn't have value. All these preposterous, utterly absurd things they're talking about 0. They disrespect the 0. And you're going to learn in advanced mathematics why the Europeans, primarily the Europeans, especially the English people from England and United States and Canada, disfortunately, they don't identify the 0 for what it truly is. They've given a false representation or identification of the 0 by saying it is nothing, it has no value, and it is not a number. That is not true. Boys and girls, moms and dads, school teachers, pay attention. You cannot be talking about something and then calling it nothing. That is ludicrous. That is preposterous. All right? So keep that in mind. This symbol, you're going to learn a lot about this symbol. This is one of Dr. Yates' favorite numbers. 0, 4, 5, 7, 9. Oh, Dr. Yates' favorite numbers. And I'll teach you why. Because numbers have personality and character. For those folks who have seen the previous DVD, about the personality and character of number, you can stand, not understand, but what stand means to be upright in your mind, in your thinking. Stand, not overstand. The Rastafarians say, the only person I can now overstand is the Creator. The Creator is over everything. Overstand, that's the Creator. But we can stand up in our thinking. For too long they have us under the stand of comprehension. You see? But you don't want to be under the stand. You want to stand upright in your thinking, which means to comprehend, which means to be logical, which means to be perceptual in your thinking. If you conceptualize a lot of things, then you understand. So here we are, 0 to 9. We start at 0. Why? Because when you get to 9, you're going to be starting all over. After 9, you're going to be starting all over again. So what number come after 9? In school, they told me it's 10. TN is a word. It's not. It would be this 0 with this 1. And it's written this way. In English, they write it left to right. They put the 1, which is the 1, and then they bring the 0 here. See that? And they call this 10. But we don't call it 10 because 10 is just a word, but it doesn't truly identify what you're writing, the figure. So we call this 1, 0. Why? Because this is called 1, this is called 0. You can't change the name of the symbols already identified for what it is by giving it another name. That's confusion in math. That's why I never liked math at school. That's why I was a math phobiac in the school system of America and England, the British, right? So we call this what it is. These are figures. These are figures. We say 1, 0. See that? And after 1, 9, you have what? There's the 2. And then you use the 0 again. That's how important 0 is. 2, 0. Then you go on to what? 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0. Now, look at all those numbers. 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0. What did you hear in my voice? Rhythm and the 0, didn't you? You keep hearing the 0, the 0, the 0, the 0, the 0, the 0. You keep hearing that, okay? Why? It's a pattern. So, but when I say 10, right, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, they do not have, all of them do not have the same thing in common. Why? Because the 10 is not pronounced T. T-Y. T-Y, T started at 20, so that's out of rhythm. See? And there's no number named T, T-Y. So that's confusing. That's why I was confused in school, British and American school system in learning math. Because the language, they were teaching me it in English, and that was confusing for me. But Dr. Yates is teaching this math in what language? Grasp-ish. And you hear me use some Amharic words in it, all right? So you learn in both these languages, it's best to learn this math in grasp-ish. And grasp-ish means making sense of the English nonsense. I know you're laughing in the room. Some of you are going to kick out a laugh. That's good. It's all good. That's in my classroom, the students have a lot of fun learning. All right? So you join the students in having fun while you're learning with Dr. Yates. All right. So that's the rhythm. That's the pattern. So that is best identify the 0 as starting number, and that 0 also has value. Here's my quiz question for you. You email me, right? Send me an answer by email. Email me. Here's the question. How much is zero value? I want you to write to me and give me two answers to that question. A, zero value, so much. B, zero value, so much. And for those who get it right, the first 9 people that write me with the correct answer, remember, 9 is the highest number in the world, according to Dr. Yates. Not according to your teacher at school, not according to the Americans on television who talk a lot of nonsense about infinity. Infinity is not a number, folks. Infinity is an expression about going beyond. It's not a number. And most of all, infinity is the name of a car that we drive in the United States and outside the United States for those folks who buy that car. Right? So it's not a number. Don't let them fool you about Google, Zoogle, and all this nonsense. Million, billion, trillion. Stop it. Stop it, teachers. Stop fooling the children. Stop lying to the children. That's not the highest number. The question is, what is the highest number? Listen, most people have word problem in math. They're not listening, and they're not thinking, and they're not using the 4 principles of math. Perception, reasoning, mental rhythm. And they need to restore these 3 principles. They're not doing that. That's why they conceptualize the question. Dr. Yates is asking for the highest what? Thank you. Number, not numbers. Oh gosh. That's why 9 is the highest number. Ask your friend that question. Maybe they don't have Graphmatics DVD, or they haven't seen this on YouTube or on any other site. So what has happened is that they don't know what the highest number is based on Dr. Yates in Graphmatics. So you got something a little more than what they don't have. So you ask them that. Ask your teacher, teacher, I have a question. What would be the highest number in the world? Then you ask the class, what y'all think to be the highest number in the world? And if they don't know Graphmatics, then you will be the one to say, well, Dr. Yates says the highest number in the world is 9. And here's the reason why he's saying that. And I think it makes sense. Because he's asking for the highest what? Number, not numbers. And 2, after 9, you're just starting all over again. You're just repeating the numbers. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and so on. You're just repeating the numbers. You see that? You're taking these, you're already being used. 9 is the highest. And just starting all over again. That's another reason, right? 2 reasons. First, he's asking for number and not numbers. 2, after 9, you're just repeating the numbers. The third reason why 9 is the highest number in the world is because in everyone's calculator and cell phone, check your cell phone, check your calculator. You see the highest number on there is 9. Right. Because everything has this combination of numbers. That's why you're combining in 2 digits and 3 digits and 4 digits. All right? Now, some people will try to argue with you, but don't argue with them. Don't get into the argument because they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready for this information, folks. They're just stuck. Their brain just cemented callous. That callous brain, hard. See? Because they've been on the plantation. Okay? Colonized plantational way of thinking. They've been colonized. So they can't get out of that mindset. That's okay. Leave them be. Don't argue. Don't fuss. This is not to be arguing with anyone. This is to relate. For those who get it, say, all right, let's take a little further now. Good. So these symbols, they are ingredients. There are 4 major ingredients that is used for these symbols. Dr. is going to come forward. I'm going to teach you how they come about with these symbols and how the way we're giving numbers like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is not healthy for people of melanin. Matter of fact, it's not healthy for people in general. But I'm talking primarily people that look like Dr. Yates. As Dr. Yates says, we are the what? Dark people. Write that word. We are the what? D-A-R-K. Dark people. Okay? Alright? You can learn why Dr. Yates used this word instead of black. We're not black people. The way they spell black, B-L-A-C-K. Why do they have the letter C in the spelling of black? And here they're trying to trick us. The C is silent. Stop it. Don't need to be there in the first place. Black should be spelled B-L-A-K. However, Dr. Yates preferred to use this word identifying us as a people who are brown skin. Ooh, nice. Brown skin. Like Dr. Yates, sapodilla brown. For those who don't know what sapodilla is, beautiful fruit. Sapodilla brown or